here is the Unit 1, Lesson 11. This is a bit more practice on the word problems that we had looked at in Lesson 10. So here we've got an example where the cost of joining a gym is given by this equation. C equals 25N plus 80. Now, in the last one, I did like to highlight and color code. C is the total cost in dollars. So C is our cost and N is the number of months. So N is the number of months you use the gym. Now it says if the total cost was $355, how many months did you use the gym? So this tells us that this $355 is a cost. So I'm going to put it here in the C equals, and then how many months did you use the gym? That's my question mark. That's what I want to figure out. So now we're going to write out our equation. We always start with the equation that we're given. So 25N plus 80. And the main problem people have here is taking this number and figuring out where to put it. Is this 355 a cost? Or is it the number of months? Obviously, here it's not so bad. It's got a dollar sign. That tells us that this is going to be my cost. So I'm putting this 355 instead of where that C is. 25N plus 80. The good thing with these is that once we get the equation and put the number we know in the right spot, these are generally really easy to solve compared to some of the bigger equations we've done already. So here I want to get n by itself. I don't have n's on both sides, just this one. So I'm going to undo opposite operations with minus 80 on both sides. So 355 minus 80. On the left, I get 275 equals 25N. And then I'm going to get N by itself by doing divide by 25. So here I get 11 equals N. We should write a therefore statement. Therefore, you used the gym for 11 months. We want to make sure we put our units in there. We know N is the number of months. Okay. Next one. Wally works part-time for the Buffalo Sabres. His earnings can be represented by this equation. E equals 18H plus 5P. Where E is his earnings in dollars. So we've got actually three variables here. E is his earnings. H is the number of hours he works. And P is the number of programs he sells. Now this says determine how many programs. So that tells me that the programs is my question mark. They're looking for the number of programs he sold if his earnings, so I'm going to circle this in red, his earnings were 1,838 and he worked for 6 hours. So hours is 6. So we're going to go up to our equation, which says E equals 18H plus 5P. Now I'm going to put these numbers into the right spot. The 1838 goes in where the E is. The 6 is my hours. It goes in where the H is. Don't forget to use brackets when you sub in. So 1838 equals 18 times 6 plus 5P. We do have to simplify a little bit because I've got that 18 times 6. So 1838 equals 18 times 6 is 108 plus 5P. Now this is a basic equation that we can solve. I'm going to put the dotted line down the middle. I want to get the P by itself, so I have to subtract 108 with my opposite operations. So this is going to be 1,730 equals 5p. And then my opposite operations again, I'm going to divide by 5. And that gives me 346 equals the number of programs. Writing my therefore statement, he sold 346 programs. So he earned a lot of money that night because I guess he's a very good salesperson. Okay, so those are 2 more examples of word problems. That wraps it up for this unit.